Hi there folks, welcome back to our channel where we give you tips and tricks to make your life easier. Today we are going to talk about a topic that's near and dear to my heart. Reading effectively. As someone who is always buried in books, I've picked up a few tricks along the way that I'd love to share with you. So without further ado, let's dive in. Now, before we jump into the tips, let's talk about why reading effectively is important. Sure, you can just pick up a book and start reading. But if you're not reading effectively, you might as well not be reading at all. Reading effectively helps you retain information better, saves your time, and makes reading more enjoyable. Did you know that reading can actually make you a better person? A study conducted by the New School for Social Research found that reading literary fiction can improve empathy and social skills. Reading can also help you develop your creativity. When you read, you are exposed to new ideas and perspectives, which can inspire you to think outside the box. So tip number one, set a goal. One of the best ways to read effectively is to set a goal before you start reading. Ask yourself, what do I want to get out of this book? Do you want to learn something? Do you want to learn something new? Do you want to be entertained? Do you want to improve your writing skill? Once you know what your goal is, you can focus on reading the parts of the book that are most relevant to your goal. Tip number two, use a tiny bookmark. You can use anything small as a bookmark, such as a paper clip, a piece of ribbon, or even a tiny toy. Get creative. Another fun idea is to make your own bookmarks using old book pages or magazines clippings. This way, you have a unique and personalized bookmark that you can use for your books. Tip number third, read in short bursts. If you are struggling to stay focused while reading, try the Pomodoro technique. This technique involves breaking up your reading into 25-minute intervals with a 5-minute break in between. You can also use an app like Forest, which helps you stay focused by growing a virtual tree for every interval of focused work. If you get distracted and leave the app, your tree dies. So it's a fun way to stay motivated. Tip number four, switch up your genres. If you are a fan of horror novels, try reading a romance or a comedy to lighten things up. Or if you're a non-fiction lover, try reading a historical fiction book to see how the facts are incorporated into the story. By switching up your genres, you'll be able to appreciate different writing styles and storytelling techniques. Tip number five, take notes. Another way to read effectively is to take notes. This might sound like a chore, but trust me, it's worth it. Taking notes not only helps you remember what you have read, but it also helps you organize your thoughts and ideas. Plus, it makes it easier to revive the book later on. Tip number six, put the phone down. One of the biggest obstacles to reading effectively is our phones. It's so easy to get distracted by notifications and social media. So when you sit down to read, put your phone on silent and out of reach. This way you can focus on the book and not on your notifications. Tip number seven, read with a purpose. For example, if you are reading a self-help book, set a goal to implement one piece of advice per chapter. If you are reading a classic novel, set a goal to analyze the themes and symbols throughout the book. By setting a purpose for your reading, you will be able to engage more deeply with the text and get more out of it. Well folks, that's it for today's video. I hope these tips help you read more effectively and enjoyably. Let us know in the comments which tip you found the most helpful. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more tips and tricks to make your life easier. Happy learning. Goodbye. Thanks a lot.